A lot of people think that colorism is the main sector as to where people discriminate amongst people of color the most. But the truth is, featurism and texturism is actually just as prominent, if not even more prominent than colorism is.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
See, hoes don't like me.
Apparently, Young Thug, he calls Glorilla ugly, and then apparently Glorilla is a colorist, and she came out with a colorist diss track or something like that. We're gonna tap into this.
This man has talked about his RICO case, but now he's getting exposed for doing the same thing. And man, if you listen to some of his jail calls, this man has talked about everybody in the industry. In fact, he was on the phone with his girlfriend Mariah, the scientist, and he was clowning the rapper Glorilla, talking about her looks, and he had the nerve to call her ugly. And I'm just like, Young Thug, with all due respect, you of all people cannot be clowning other people's looks. That is crazy. But this is what he said.
I saw the girl, Glorilla. She, why do you think that she pretty? That thing ugly as fuck. You think she ugly? You said, like, yeah, they say she ain't ugly. Men, they say she ain't ugly. They ain't mad. They say she look like Rihanna.
Who the bitch talking? Who is the bitch? You was a shady. This is a shady. They say she. Wow. The shade.
This right here is so messy. First of all, I cannot get over Young Thug having the audacity to call anybody ugly, first and foremost.
And he was so serious about it. Like, he was so adamant about how, and he has every right to feel how he feels. You know, and you know, typically Glorilla is notorious for her nose, like her Afrocentric nose, and I feel like people come at her for, you know, her Afrocentric nose. I would have thought that that is something that he would have targeted in regards to Glorilla as to why he felt as if she's ugly, but he didn't say anything about her nose. He said everything else besides her nose. So that lets me know he really feel like this girl is just unattractive. And you know what? I'm gonna let it finish.
And second of all, Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist are one and the same. Like, these two are messy. These two gossip about people. I mean, they share similar personalities. At first, I thought this couple was mismatched, but now they make sense. And listen, I know everybody gossips with their partner. If something juicy happens, then yeah, you want to tell it, but it's what they were gossiping about. Young Thug brought up Glorilla unprovoked. Like, he came at her unprovoked. And Mariah was chuckling in the background, and I'm just like...
So that was Mariah. So that was her in the background. This is not a girl's girl. That shit is so fucking whack. That is so fucking whack. Because it's... Alright.
Out to her show. So I know Mariah feels embarrassed right now. And also, Young Thug, I'm telling you, he might have...
Fake ass bitch.
Have this street persona, but he has the pettiness of a woman. Charleston White said it best.
Yes. Men, I'm telling you right now, real men do not gossip. And I was about to say gossip like this. No, they don't even gossip. They do not care about shit like this. Okay? Only niggas that's bitches, they do shit like this. They talk, he's talking on the phone with his bitch about another bitch. Like a bitch. Like that's a hoe ass nigga. Like
Just no man.
Now, Glorilla did react to what Young Thug said about her. She said, mind you, this is the same man blowing my phone up to ask what color my eyes is. So the same man who called Glorilla ugly is calling her, huh? You heard that, Mariah? You heard that? Now, Young Thug did take accountability. He said, Glo, first of all, I'm sorry for my words, and honestly, I don't think you're ugly at all. I was speaking from jail, just having a hard time with life. I don't like bashing girls and hardly ever did. I'm sorry to you, twin.
twin, gee, that's still shade. I don't give a fuck. You ugly as fuck. So why the fuck would you call me twin? I am not your twin. You're still throwing shade. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You being in jail and you not being in jail, that is not a factor that matters in this case as to why you were even speaking of me in the first place. The fuck? Why does it change now that you're in jail? What you said is what you said, so just stand on it.
Do y'all believe him? Like, please. Young Thug, please. If these phone calls keep leaking, he's definitely gonna have to go on an apology tour. But there is another call that leaked of him talking about Lil Durk. And Lil Durk was his friend. Lil Durk turned against
I don't give a fuck. They all fake as hell. I don't give a fuck. Alright, now I'm gonna go into this because it says, is Glorilla a colorist? I think that she is. Period, point blank. Yes, I do. And I'm saying that without having any evidence of her actually being colorist. That's just how I feel about Glorilla. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just get this sense that she has some deep-rooted colorism implanted within her. I'm sure she does. I'm just gonna be completely honest. That's just how I feel. Okay, let me start the video.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. I know
Ooh, I like this fit.
Young Thug Gossip Chronicles. The Man Watch Out series
That's
is gonna
gay.
be over because there's
Gay
gonna
ass
be no
nigga.
more leaked jail calls.
This
of
nigga
Young
eat
Thug
ass.
gossiping about everybody in the industry. It was entertaining while it lasted, but I'm glad it's over. However, Glorilla had something to say. Now, she dropped a diss track against Young Thug and his girlfriend Mariah the Scientist after she heard the leak call of them gossiping about her looks. And her diss record actually had some mixed responses. A lot of people laughed at it, but some people called her out for being colorist in the song. And I want to talk about that. But before I do, I first want to thank Free Cash for sponsoring. The Cash is a free option in this video. Now back to the video. I'm sure you all heard that jail call where Young Thug was dissing Glorilla and Mariah the Scientist was kind of laughing and instigated it too.
The brother, she, why do I have to think that she pretty? That be ugly as fuck. You think she ugly? Then you think she looks like Rihanna. Bring it up. Yeah!
Now, Glorilla did put Young Thug on blast for blowing up her phone and asking about her eye color. So clearly there was some interest there, and he did quickly apologize before Glorilla dropped those receipts. But Glorilla's diss track against Young Thug and Mariah ended up getting leaked, and she said a lot of stuff. She said that man looked like the apocalypse. He looked like a sis. She said he looked like Miss Netta. And Miss Netta was actually happy to be mentioned.
Oh my.
Glorilla situation. No, I ain't suing no Glorilla. Y'all need to stop saying that. I will not. She did me. They gave her. Okay? And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking. She did me good publicity, good all of it.
Right.
It's something good.
Right.
She don't know you, baby. She won't mention you when you're a song.
Right. The fuck?
I'm worldwide. And I don't try to brag on it or nothing like that, but Miss Netta and Charles, baby, worldwide, everybody knows us.
But
poor Miss Netta. Miss Netta don't realize that Glorilla actually was throwing shade.
she was throwing shade, but still, as an alchemist, that's how I would have looked at it. I'm like, bitch, you can throw shade, but bitch, you gonna throw shade and make my motherfucking name worldwide. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck, I don't give a fuck. Throw the shade. Fuck, Nicki Minaj did the same thing with Natalie Nunn with her fucking chin. So shit, it don't matter. Duh. And clearly she knows. Clearly Miss Netta, or I don't know if Miss Netta, I don't know if this is a man or a woman. I don't know who this is. But damn, I just lost my train of thought. But clearly this person knows that, you know, Glorilla was like shading them. They don't give a fuck that they were being shaded. Okay, they're looking past that. They're looking past that, and they're looking at the fact that the bitch even know my name and she put it in the song. I'll take that. I would have took that too. Shit.
Said this about Young Thug. She said that he looked like a black cloud. He looked like a mosquito. He looked like the devil and Joanna Man and Shanae. She called him a freaky frog. She was going in like this was classic roasting. Okay, but some people feel like she might have taken it a little far when she started making comments about his complexion. Now, she said back of a burnt up piece looking a boy. She said dirt under a brick looking a boy. Night looking a boy. D looking a boy. Give little kids a fright looking a boy. She also compared him to Whoopi Goldberg, who is a woman. And
that's not right.
Like the idea
I don't like this. That lets me know she's colorist. If you are sitting up here and if you are calling Whoopi Goldberg ugly or whatever the case may be or whatever, and you trying to no. This right here alone lets me know that she's colorist. What the fuck is wrong with you? And why would you do that and say that, bitch?
I think that has some kind of racist colorist undertones too. So
It does.
But was Glorilla wrong for responding the way she did? Young Thug did come at her unprovoked. He clowned her looks, and so she returned the energy. And since she is a rapper, she did go into the booth and she said what she needed to say. I mean, that's what rappers do, right? It is what it is. Now, I don't agree with everything she said. I do understand how some people might say, oh, she's colorist because she made some clear digs at his complexion, and she didn't have to at all. I mean, there were so many other...
It's not even about her making digs at his complexion that would make me think that she's colorist. The fact that you sat up here and you compare him to Whoopi Goldberg, which is an unambiguous black woman, okay, to sit up here and make it as if it is a dig, that is colorist in itself. Her making the digs about skin tone or whatever, that didn't come off as colorist to me. Her just mentioning Whoopi Goldberg along in comparison to Young Thug lets me know that she is a colorist black woman. Goofy woman, ignorant ass woman. I don't even like Glorilla like that. I'm gonna be complete. I don't even like Glorilla like that. I think she's overhyped. I think her music is overhyped. Sometimes the bitch don't really be talking about shit. Like, I don't care. That's my opinion. I really don't like Shorty like that. I think she's self-hating. That's what I think.
And looking like dirt and comparing him to Whoopi Goldberg, that was very revealing. That was very revealing, and a lot of people did not like that.
Goofy
and they
bitch.
actually started to turn on Glorilla. This one person on Twitter said, I really admired Glorilla and her confidence. I have to give it to her. Knowing you're ugly and colorist, then making a song about it, knowing Twitter was going to call you even more chopped, is brave yet admirable. That Glorilla stuff is trash. She making fun of him being dark-skinned, LOL. So now she ugly and colorist, dummy. Glorilla is colorist, which is why I don't care what people
Call her too ugly. I don't give a fuck either. Bitch, fuck you.
Calling dark skins night in 2025. So many things you could have said about him, but had to come for his skin like 4 times, LOL. I think that this didn't help Glorilla because she was better off ignoring it and playing the sympathy route. Because now she's...
You gonna fight a battle, just pick and choose wisely, bitch. This was a battle. You should have just shut the fuck up. You should have just shut the fuck up. Because you already responded, right? You responded on social media, but then you took it a step further by responding in this diss track, and then your true colors got fucking revealed, you dumbass bitch.
Brag for being a colorist, and the diss was low-key whack. Yikes. Glorilla being colorist doesn't shock me. Plus, that song was mid as F. Like, girl, that's it? No, Glorilla is not ugly. Yes, those colorist roots are planted.
I don't think Glorilla is ugly. I do not think that she is that attractive. That's my personal opinion. I don't.
Her, and she is delusional
especially before she got famous. When she really looked, nah, she was not. I'ma just shut up. Shorty was popped.
When it comes to looks. I agree with this tweet. I don't think Glorilla is ugly, but she is delusional. I mean, comparing herself to Rihanna is definitely a stretch. And she also came at Mariah the Scientist because Mariah basically said that men were in her DMs because she had a hot song, not necessarily because they find her attractive.
It's crazy. I think just really run around sneaking with a 250 image.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure a lot of niggas in a DM and stuff. So, you know, but I would feel like sometimes a lot of things like that, it'll be like, if the girl is regular, you wouldn't try to fuck with the girl, you know? It's just like, she got a number one song, and
If she was regular, they still would try to fuck with her. They still would have tried to fuck. Like, bitch, shut your ass up. This is a...
you know.
Now, Glorilla did come at Mariah. She called her a Tweety Bird. She called her a sexy Winnie the Pooh, which was so random. She also trolled her over her Burning Blue song. She said, Burning Blue, Burning Blue. She named Why did she do that? That's wrong. I love that song, Burning Blue, by the way. Love it. But yeah, that's some of what Glorilla said about her. And she also called out the fact that Young Thug was cheating on Mariah. And in Young Thug's leaked jail call, he did admit to having a woman over right before he went to prison. And also, there was another leaked call where he was talking to his side chick. They say that her name is allegedly Cleopatra. And he was on the phone agreeing to have kids with her. And I think this was the woman that Mariah the Scientist got into a fight with last year. So it's possible that Mariah may have known about this woman and she knew that Young Thug was cheating, but she didn't want the public to know that she was sticking beside him. So yeah, the situation is very embarrassing, and Young Thug did apologize to her in his song, Man, I Miss My Dogs. Young Thug has been going on an apology tour because in some of his other leaked calls, he was talking about Lil Baby and Future and Drake.
He's so
and
ugly.
I knew that it was going to come out sooner or later, but yeah, he had to apologize to them. He apologized.
Okay, so I'm done listening to this. So we just witnessed those videos, right? So I made a few points in this video. My very first point is a lot of people think that colorism is the main sector as to where people discriminate amongst people of color the most. But the truth is, Featurism and texturism is actually just as prominent, if not even more prominent than colorism is. And in this instance with Glorilla, it proves this point. Mariah the Scientist is the girlfriend of Young Thug. And as you can see, both of these women are light complected, okay? And within the black community, black men are notorious for pursuing women with lighter complexions than them. And these women with lighter complexions are what we would call preferences within the black community. So if both of these women are light, and if both of these women are considered preferences within the black community, then what is it about Glorilla that would influence Young Thug to label her as ugly? And that characteristic being featurism. Featurism is discrimination based on a person's physical features. Featurism specifically targets various facial traits such as the nose, lip fullness, skin tone, and hair texture. So Glorilla is notorious for her Afrocentric nose. And for some reason, a lot of blacks in the black community, black women specifically, have not wanted to accept the natural state of their noses, whether they truly like it or not. And we see this with Glorilla. Due to the discrimination, she decided to alter the shape of her nose and get a nose job. And I actually seen that within the footage that was in the oppressive video. I definitely seen the huge alteration within her nose, and it doesn't even look good. I'm gonna be honest, it did not look good. You look crazy. I would have just kept my nose the same. I would have never even tell you. I would have never even changed it. So getting a nose job is not going to eliminate self-hate, nor will it stop others from hating you the way God made you. All right. This is why we need to embrace Afrocentric features rather than being embarrassed or trying to hide them. The more that we make viewing our Afrocentric features as a common beauty norm, by not getting the nose jobs, by not contouring the nose to look like someone else's nose, the more that our features can be normalized and not be viewed as unattractive, undesirable, or even ugly. So the same way that black women should embrace our natural hair, the same ideal applies to our Afrocentric features. Okay, we also should be embracing our Afrocentric features. The more we do that, the more commonality that we see within our Afrocentric features, the more normalized that our features will become, and the less that we can see it as ugly or undesirable, because in reality it's not that. It's just that we keep trying to hide these things that people embed into our minds that is viewed as unattractive or undesirable or whatever the case may be. Even if you do not like your nose, okay, you're going to have to live with it. Changing it is not going to eliminate your self-hate, okay? Changing it is not going to change how others perceive you, all right? Okay, what needs to change is how you personally feel about yourself, how you personally feel about your own Afrocentric features. You need to embrace them and you need to love them, period. Even if you don't like them at first, you need to start. You need to start to learn how to like them so that you then love them. So that whenever someone attacks you or comes at you for something that they don't like about you, it does not affect you. It does not hurt you. And clearly we can see that Young Thug, what he said hurt her. Because she then went below the belt while retaliating. Okay, so that's all I had to say in regards to this entire situation. Let me know what you guys are thinking in regards to this entire situation. If you guys would like for me to speak more about Featurism, Colorism, and also spiritual topics, let me know. Just go ahead and leave me a comment in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Deuces.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
See, hoes don't like me.